Can we talk a little bit more about the differences between working at a large and small firms? I know a lot of, we do have some people that have started their career at, different paths. So can we talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. In my personal experience, so I began at Deloitte and then moved on to one of my clients where I currently am at Gain Capital. Deloitte, of course, in the U.S. is 50,000 people, somewhere around there, so quite a large animal. And my current firm is about 1,000 people across the globe. In the larger firms, it was my experience that you have different opportunities. They could range from social groups to volunteerism to various outreach programs that I don't see those kinds of things as much in a smaller environment. And as Danielle and Kate said, in the smaller environment, people tend to know your name. So in my company now, in the finance group, I walk around the office and I go from the CFO's office to the Vice President of Marketing's office to our corporate strategy department's head's office, and everyone knows each other really across the globe. So I definitely agree that in the smaller firms, in the smaller companies, if it's not a public accounting firm, you definitely get a little bit more of that personal touch in my experience. And that being said, though, even at a large firm like Deloitte, your experience really, I should say, is dependent on the 10 to 20 people you work with. There are 50,000 people in that company. You don't work with them all. You work with just your teams, a handful of people in your group, and that really determines your experience. So whether it's big or small in terms of your company size, I do believe that you can only work with so many people very closely, and the people that you work with closely is really, those people will determine the quality of your experience.
I definitely agree with Ben on the pros and cons of working at a small firm versus a large firm. Since I've worked in both, I feel like I have a wide range of opinion on it. I've really enjoyed working in both types of firms. I think at a small firm, at the beginning of my career, I was able to learn the nuts and bolts of accounting and tax work and actually, work on clients from start to finish, do everything, their business, their individual tax returns, really get to know them very well. At a larger firm, I've found more opportunities where I was able to get into different industries that I wasn't, exposed to at the smaller firm. Maybe even pick a little bit of a specialty, work on larger clients, do different types of things, get outside of just the accounting and tax work. So there definitely are pros and cons in both. And like Ben said, at larger firms, yes, there's more people, but it really does matter on the group that you're working with. And you can build a family just because there's thousands of people in your office. If you're still working with the same 20 people on a daily basis, you really do get to know them well.
I also had a similar career path to Kate. I started at a small one-office, 30-person firm, and spent a great 5 years there and really did learn a lot and built my accounting foundation. I did eventually want to transition to a larger firm where I could technically increase my tax skills and work on complex clients, publicly traded, various industries that I wasn't exposed to. But I kind of got great experiences in both. At the smaller firm, I went out to clients on a daily basis and helped them with, their accounting and records and books, ultimately, completing their tax returns. And then now at a larger firm, I have the ability to help on, tax provisions for, publicly traded, entities, and a variety of tasks I would not have the exposure to maybe at a smaller firm, but I wouldn't trade either one for anything. I think the different things you can do at different firms is great, and it helped me become, a better accountant.